Happy Saturday. We're going to take a test today. A poverty or a wilderness mentality test. Get a pencil and paper or a pen. I want you to take this test. All the questions are yes and no answers. You will write down yes or no. Write down 1 through 23, and we're going to write down yes or no. We're going to go through it pretty quick because I don't have too much time here this morning. So I want you to take this test to locate yourself, to see if you have, what kind of a mentality do you have? Keith Moore talks about this. Joyce Meyer talks about this. Few people, I've heard Brother Copeland talk about this. What is your mentality? Your mentality determines your future. We want to change your mentality. A lot of people have changed their mentality. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes just to find a pencil and a paper while I tell you that the rest of your life is the best of your life. And the best of your life is the rest of your life. And everything you touch turns to gold. And you're smart and getting smarter every day. You're extremely talented. Very good looking. Like me. I look in the mirror every day and I say, I am beautiful. If you say that, people will think you are. Amen. I should be for 34 years old. People tell me I don't look my age. That's a compliment. That's a compliment. Amen. Now, you people who did your tithes and offerings yesterday, call me today, because a lot of you didn't. Call me today so I can speak the blessing over your offerings and your donations. And if you do them today, make sure you call me. And if you need prayers answered, call me. Amen. And subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the like button on these videos because that helps us get good placement. I want to get right into this. Do you have a pencil and paper? Amen. Don't ask me to text you this list. This is a great big long list. Okay, here we go. Number 1, yes or no. Just write down yes or no. No explanation is necessary. Do you prefer the less expensive side of the menu when you go to restaurants? Do you buy the cheaper meal? Yes or no? Do you feel guilty when you buy something? Some people do. A lot of people do. Do you feel buyer's remorse frequently when you buy nice stuff? Say you buy a new car, or you just buy another car, or you buy some clothes or something. Do you feel buyer's remorse? Do you go, I wish I hadn't bought that? That's buyer's remorse. Number 4, are you concerned about money? Yes or no? Number 5, do you dislike rich people? Number 6, do you think about money a lot? Now, everybody thinks about money some. But do you think about money a lot? Sometimes money can be an obsession with people, just like anything else. I mean, you could think about anything too much. We think about all of our necessities and our needs and our urges. We think about those things. But sometimes they become obsessions. Be careful. Do you think about money a lot? Number 7, do you believe money is important? Number 8, do you usually buy the less expensive thing? Now, when you shop, there's always, say you go into a store and there's 3 shirts, different prices. And you like all 3. But the more expensive one you like the best. Which one do you buy? Do you buy the less expensive? Do you buy the less expensive? Number 9, when you fly, do you only fly coach? Or do you upgrade? You upgrade, you get treated a whole lot better. You don't get bumped either when you upgrade. Do you usually look for sales when you shop? You know, people who look for sales really don't spend any less money. A sale, they have sales on stuff that nobody wants, that they can't sell. They'll cut them way down in price. Otherwise, if they're just having a regular, like a white sale or, sheets and pillowcases and stuff like that, they usually mark them up before they put them on sale. Stores are notorious for doing that. Did you know that? You're paying regular price. They just mark it up the day before. And then they give you 20% off. Huh? Do you only partially fill your car up with gas? Give me $10 worth of gas. Give me $5 worth of gas. Used to be people would get $2 worth of gas. They get $2 worth of gas. Just enough to get home. Huh? Or do you fill up? I filled up the car one time a few years ago, and I was with I was actually with a star football player one time who had high school football players. Kid had just incredible talent, but he just never went any further. And he was with me. And we stopped for gas. He was actually, was working for me as in a sales organization that I was managing. And so I was taking him out and showing him what we do and the ropes and everything. And we stopped for gas and I filled up the car and he looked at me and he said, "Do you always fill up the car when you get gas?" I said, "Yeah." He was astounded. He was astounded. Are you concerned about running out of stuff? About not having enough stuff? Are you concerned about that? Is that a concern of yours? Do you save everything? We save those plastic bags that we get from the store. We save those. Number one, we use them for poopy bags for Gracie. Dogs do that, you know. And number two, if we get too many of them, Mary takes them to the thrift store and gives them to people. Penny a piece. We save them. We save them. Do you, even if you don't have a dog, do you save those bags? Huh? Margarine bowls. Do you save those things? Milk bottles? People save stuff. People hoard stuff. They hoard stuff. Called hoarders. I mean, I knew a guy years ago. This guy, he owned a general store. actually in Wausau, Wisconsin, up north of Wausau, in a place called Brokaw Corners. He owned the store up there. That man saved everything. He had, over the years, thousands of National Geographic magazines stacked up and other magazines in the back of his store. And he knew what was in every one of them because he studied them. The man was incredible. After he died, they came in there with a truck and took his stuff to the dump. That's how people valued his treasures. But he saved everything. Number 14, do you use it all up or do you eat it all up so it won't go to waste? Do you eat all the food up so it won't go to waste? People tell me, Pastor Jim, I don't like to see anything go to waste. They don't like. My mother used to say, there's starving children in India. Eat your food. I said, let's send it to them. It's too far. So you eat it. I had to eat all my food because kids were starving in India. That never made any sense to me. But it did to her. Huh? People eat it up so it doesn't go to waste. Jane, when Jane lived with us, and she left us a year ago and went to be with the Lord, she would bring food home from the restaurants. There was a time in her life when she first came to stay with us, she would eat half of her food and bring half of it home, and then never eat it because she didn't like leftovers. So every Wednesday when we were getting ready for our fellowship that night, we would bring the garbage can over to the refrigerator and dump out her leftovers. One time, she brought half a steak home from Texas Roadhouse, and the next day she was looking for it, and I had eaten it because she never ate. I had it for breakfast. That was the one time she wanted it. Are you concerned about running out of money? Do you save money for a rainy day? If you're saving money for a rainy day, you're going to get a rainy day. Do you drive around looking for cheap gas? We were having lunch with my sister-in-law one time, and she says, we drove all over town, but we found gas for 3 cents less. I said, Nancy, I don't care if gasoline goes to $10 a gallon. I always have plenty of money. She goes, it must be nice. I said, it is. Do you regret previous bad financial decisions? I guarantee we've all made bad financial decisions. Do you spend a lot of time regretting them? Are you concerned about Social Security being there? Do you rinse out the bottle of shampoo? Do you squeeze out the very last of the toothpaste? I'll tell you how to get toothpaste out of a tube. Roll it up tight. If you want to get the very last tooth, roll it up tight. And if you really want to get the last of it out, hit it with a hammer. And I have found that the bigger the hammer, the more toothpaste you get out of it. Huh? Do you buy just enough to get by? Text me your score. I want to know what your score is on this test. Amen. Maybe I'll put this together for you because everybody's going to want it. Call me today if you need prayer. And make sure you call me when you do your offerings and donations.